Okay, so this is video number 2 and me explaining what EUPD is and what impact it has on my life. As I've said in my first video, I'm doing it just to make a bit of awareness out there for other people because it's a very unheard of condition. And I've just been on the phone to a grief counsellor and they had never heard of EUPD before. So it is something that it needs to be more spoken about and recognised. So video 2, I'm going to go on to one of the 9 criteria you need to hit to be diagnosed with EUPD. Point number 2 is unstable relationships. It does tie in quite a bit with fear of abandonment, which was in 1. But there is a little bit more to it because it is what happens when I do actually form a relationship and how that looks and how that is for me. So I have been married twice. I have 4 children from 3 different fathers. So my relationships are very unstable, as you can probably work out. Like I said before, I get quite intense at the beginning, and then like the fear of them leaving me makes me like push them away. But with unstable relationships, it's a bit more into it than that. So if you and your partner fell out about something, like even as simple as the dishes, and you'd have an argument about it, you get hurt feelings and whatnot. But for me, that's it. That's the end of a relationship. If they've said something that's like nasty, that's it. I cut myself off completely. I will have nothing to do with them, and my world is ending. Where most people are like, oh well, it's just an argument, you just make up and get on. But I've mentally ended that relationship, and I will. It's hard, but I will make it up and sort it out. And then I've completely forgotten about that relationship mentally ended with me. It's like it never even happened, and then I'm back into that like 100% passionate, want to be with them all the time and everything. And then an argument will happen and my world has ended. It's not like, oh, I'm just a bit sad because I've had an argument. Like for me, emotionally, my world is ended and I can't carry on, and the impact that has on me makes it so difficult to have a relationship with someone because the pain that comes with it was immense. Friendship wise, I'm not too bad in friendships because like I don't really have many friendships to be that unstable. So yeah, I mean, I find with my condition as well is that I very much live for the moment, and if someone's out of sight, they're out of mind, and I could go years without thinking about someone and then meet them again and it's like, oh god, I really miss them. And it's like, it's tough. And for me mentally, my brain is all over the place. Like I will be in the happiest mood, laugh a minute and everything, and then like a disagreement happen and whatever, and my mood, I'm like so depressed, and then something else that can happen and my mood's like up through the roof again. And there's no, I mean, you do get this with bipolar, but with EUPD it's so much more sudden and frequent. I can be suicidal and then ecstatically happy up and down like 3 times in a day. And I don't even know where I'm coming and going. I can't even keep up with my own brain. Imagine being in a relationship with someone like that. How do you cope with that erratic mood swings? It's, I understand why I'm single, you know? I get it. It's tough for me to deal with, let alone expect someone else to deal with it as well. Will I ever have a relationship again? I don't know. The impact it has is not just on myself, it's on my children as well. So, because I can't keep a secure relationship, they are then being brought up in an environment where they haven't got a secure relationship with anyone other than myself. And my older two never really knew their dad, but they knew my middle daughter's dad, thought of him as a father, and then that relationship ended, and then they lost that bond. And then another partner came along, and that was always quite tricky anyway. But they've now grown up in an environment where they haven't seen a stable relationship. So their imprint for their life, their future relationships, is starting on a rocky place, isn't it? And I feel really bad about that. I mean, I love my children to bits, and if I could change that and make it all better for them, I bloody would, but I can't. And it's only like I said, I didn't get diagnosed until I was 38, and finding out more about my condition, that I realised how my behaviour has impacted so much on my children. And, I could end up being on my own forever, I don't know. I've got to try and find someone that can deal with me better than I can deal with myself. Well, I better leave this point here and then go on to the next point, because I can rattle on for ages about unstable relationships. Like I said before, if anyone else, especially if you're a child that's been living in that environment where you've not had secure relationships, I think it's really important to be able to talk about it and try and find a blueprint there somewhere along the lines of how your future relationship should be. Okay.